Hello and welcome for gamers. My name is Borek and this is another episode of Stationeers, awesome space survival game where we try to set up a base, like a proper base on the surface of Mars, which is not that bad when it comes down to survival. As you can see, I've been rebuilding or upgrading my base a bit with all those stuff that we've already done or covered. Like I'm building a airlock over here to enter the base because I want to have it like fully airtight and have oxygen in here for building and such. So in the previous episode we've managed to build ourselves a fabricator, and in today's episode I hope to utilize it in order to build Rover's frame. But before we do that, I want to cover a very simple thing that will help me with a build of the base, because if you remember or not, building stuff like coils, for example, cable coils, really drives me nuts, because in this printer you can only print once every now and then. Well, actually it will build, but it will not stack up, and this is really annoying when it comes down to making bigger amounts of things like cable coils, pipes, sheets, and so on, because eventually you will end up with a pile of stuff not stacked together. So we will be covering in today's episode a stacker. Stacker, that is a device that you can utilize to stack stuff. It is really awesome. It does have few options, like 3 options over here that you can see. First of all is like a simple stacker, then unloader that will unload stuff, and probably it will unload itself. Well, I must cover it. I will be covering it in another episode. So we have a stacker, we have unloader, we have stacker, and I don't know what is the difference between those two, but let's not focus on that. Most probably the amount of ports that you have on one of them. So I'm going to be using the simplest one, connected to the 3 machines that I have over here: autolate, electronic printer, and hydraulic pipe bender, something like that. So what I already did is connected those two with chutes. Chutes are like conveyor belts that transport stuff within your base. And power low? Power low? What do you mean power low? Charge is low. Why the charge is low? Let me just get out of here and exchange the battery, because we want to have our life support at... Why did I have like small battery? I don't know. So yeah, let's go with chutes, because chutes are like tubes that will transport your stuff. So they come in 7 versions. Like first one is straight, then we have a corner, and we have a junction that will go in very different directions. Of course, we have a chute bin. I don't know, probably it's just the stuff that will throw out stuff out of it. We have bin, we have chute outlet, chute inlet, and chute window. So normal chute is something like that, like a straight connector. We have one with the window over here where you can see stuff, and that is a junction, not to mention the corner. So that's relatively easy and simple thing to do. But sometimes you might have a hard time connecting those two. Usually they are really easy to connect. You disassemble them with wrench. So usually they do auto lock on the stuff that you have on the outlet from the machine that you have. For example, this that is window. Where is the corner? Usually they do lock and you don't have a problem with placing them, and the straight. So let's connect those two. But sometimes it is really awkward to place those, because as you can see on this outlet, I just simply cannot lock it in place. I don't know why. A solution to that would be very, very easy. You can try building from top, as I'm doing it right now, but then you will have a problem because you cannot lock to the bottom part of this chute, and still you cannot put it. What I did was something like that. Take this one out. So put one at the bottom, and then go with corner. And bada bing, bada boom, you have the corner done, and you can also replace the one that you did earlier at the bottom and connect everything together. So let's see what options we have with a stacker. So the stacker does have a flip to turn on and off. You can increase and decrease size of the stack that you want to build, or of course by pressing C or using library you can set the value to one value that you actually want to have. So let's just for now go with 10 stacks. So the stacker will automatically shoot out the stuff that or the machine will shoot out the stuff that is over here. It will go within the piping and it will be held in the stacker, and once it will reach, for example, 10, it will spill out a stack of 10. So let's see how it actually works. Let's go with sheets, because sheets is always something that I do need, and of course my filtration system does not work, and it doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know why, and most probably because I am putting the wrong thing over here. Iron sheets. Okay, so let's start building those, and as you can see they are being produced, and once it is produced the doors open, so the animation does still suck, and in the window you can actually see stuff that is appearing like those metal sheets, and once they are done, have we run out of iron? Of course we did. So once they are done, it will be transferred to the stacker. Let me just make some iron really quickly. Put it over here. So once it is done, now we can see inside that the stacker contains iron sheets, as you can see on the handle. We can release the handle right now, and it will drop the amount of stuff that it already had inside. So for instance, that was 6. Okay, let's turn it off. That should be more than plenty for our build. So let's build 10 of those, because they are really fast. So you can set it up and then go and do some other work while you have to. But basically, once you have a material inside, it will continue producing stuff until you turn it off. That's kind of obvious, right? Because that's what is going on every single now and then. Okay, so okay, let's make few more. Like 1, 2. Okay, that's enough. So we have some iron sheets now inside, because, well, I've stopped the production. And as you can see, we have stacked up to 10. Of course, it will, if you will make it, if you will set the stack size above the limit for certain things, like cable coils, I think it's like 50 maximum stack size. But yeah, it will just pop out 50, and that's it, because that's how the game works. Okay, so if, let's say for now that we have something still in the stacker and we want to produce something else, like for example cable coils, so as soon as we will start producing, the stacker will empty itself, and now it will gather cable coils, which is awesome, because it will just clear itself from the stuff that it had, and now it will produce cable coils that eventually we will use later on. Bam, and we have a full stack of 10 cable coils. That is fantastic. Right, so I love it, and this is very simple setup. I know that you can go with more advanced stuff like programming, but mechanical solution is always good as well, so you should look into that as well. Right, let me just throw those away. Actually, I'm going to put that one and keep this one with me, because cables is something that we want to go with all the time. Right, so I'm going to turn on the computer and let's search for the Rover, because oh shit, no search button, god damn it, I hate it. Maybe there is a search button pipe, but I have not seen it. What I'm looking for is a Rover frame, because I would like to build myself a Rover, although I'm not going with great distances, but still it will be cool to make it, just because we can. Mining belt, tool belt, microwave, it was somewhere over there. Let me just find it, and then we shall see what do we require to make it, because we will need more advanced alloys and more advanced alloys. You can find all the recipes on the wiki, what you need and what kind of a pressure you need in the furnace to go with elevator, to go with, what do you call it, to create those alloys. Right, let me just find it and then I'll get back to you. Righty, so there it is, under R. Duh. Okay, so it does require steel, electrum, and constantan. So steel is something that we have, but we need to make those two alloys. And I think we can actually find information about that in the wiki. Reader, swap, okay, let me just swap those two together. What's that? Glass sheets? Reader. Okay, let me just do this and now do this. What did okay, yeah, right. R. Now we need to do this, and we should have information about every single iron ingot and stuff. Okay, so let's go with ingot electrum. Electrum, that's something that we need to do. It does require, it doesn't say over here, but it does require, actually it doesn't give you any information whatsoever, but we need to make it, and to make it you will need gold and silver, and the temperature in the furnace will have to be between 700 Kelvin and 10,000 Kelvin, so that's really cool, and we can make it. We will do that in just a few seconds. So that information actually doesn't give any information whatsoever. But yeah, wiki is always something that you should look into if you have a hard time finding information by yourself. Right. Additionally, what I did over here, I've set up 2 tanks over there because I actually wanted to check what is inside. Oxides and volatiles, the stuff that we can mine and is needed to set up to go with the furnace. So basically, with oxides, oxide, is it oxide? Yeah, oxide. You will find yourself with oxygen and nitrogen. That is the purest gas that I've managed to achieve with all those pumps and vents and so on and so on. And the volatiles is basically hydrogen. So what you have to do, what you usually do, is you input 2 portions of volatiles versus 1 oxide, which is 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, and bada bing bada boom. Chemically speaking, this is how it is supposed to work. Okay, so if I put those in here and activate it, of course, to release the gas, all of those, thank you. And now if we do that, we should be able to create pressure in the furnace and temperature in the furnace. So right now we are above 802 the pressure is way too high, the temperature is way too high to make, okay, the pressure is dropping, so we need 1.5 for constant, so we can go with copper and nickel. If I put nickel, it does produce, okay, and now copper, we should be able to make 100 grams of constant. Oh shit, I think we've just lost the window for, yes, for the constant, because it does require 1000 Kelvin. Oh shit, and now it is daytime, so I cannot split those unless bam. Okay, let's just do it. It really does matter. Now it's gone. Now the pressure is too high. We need to vent it a bit to 10 megapascal. And I will put on the filtration. Ten megapascal. Yeah, constant. Okay. Stop venting. And we did it. We did it. Fantastic stuff. So the constant is done. Now we need 2.4 megapascal. But first I need to put in, for the second one, I need to put ore and silver. The temperature is dropping really, really fast. Oh, crap. Right, let's wait till nighttime, because now I've made myself iron ingot. Let's just empty this baby. Let's just empty this baby and wait till the nighttime so I can split volatiles and oxides in the right fashion. Eventually I will use those two tanks to, you know, give the right amount of gas inside, because we have gas inlet like over there, like there. So that's doable. Let's wait till the temperature will drop below. It is actually so hot right next to the furnace. Really cool stuff. If I keep this, okay, let me just go and grab some oxides and volatiles and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm back and I've already put like a portion of the gases over there. The temperature needs to be between 700 and 10,000 Kelvin, but the pressure needs to be lower. So now we will have to play around with the pressure. Once I will add all the silver, I have gold and silver, and now if I keep, let's pick this one up, put it inside, and then I will still put like those two inside. Okay, one, it really doesn't matter, just to increase the temperature maybe. Okay, let's go with pressure drop. Maybe we'll be able to get down to the right pressure. We have right temperature. We should. Yes! Electrum! Let's do it. Bam! Fantastic. 100 grams of electrum. Good. Good. So we've made it what we came here to do. Okay, I will leave that one still running, because why not? I need to pop this one in my mining belt, put that one away, and now we can put in the fabricator electrum and electrum, 100 grams and 100 grams of constant. And we still need steel. Right, where's that steel? Nobody knows. In what of those? I'm most certain of that. Silicon, silicon, steel. Steel, thank you. So let's put 100 grams of steel in here. Silicon can go over here. This one can go over here. Now I don't have to release anything from those two. Turn it off, and we should be able to build a rover frame. Good, good. Also, I've made myself two additional stuff like cryotube. I don't know what is it for. Ooh, fancy. Open. Ooh. Get in. What it will do? I'm hiding inside. That's nice. How do I get out? Don't tell me that I'm stuck again. Come on, game. Open. No! Open. Help. Game. Right. Right, so I've managed to get out of that cryobed. Oh, that was a stupid idea. And then we have a blast door. Ooh, fancy. So blast door is something that is much, much bigger than normal doors.
Hunger critical.
Oh, yeah. 3 steel sheets. Okay, good. Because I was actually wondering if there are any bigger doors than those doors that I've always used. Because I would like to make a hangar for my Rover or such. So that would be really, really cool feature to have, to add. Like to have a hangar for the Rover, although I don't know how big the Rover is. I did not to mention that I've worked a bit on the pressure that we have inside over there. So now we are in the right value. Let me just get those 2 tomatoes, 3 tomatoes. The temperature over here is also nice. So eventually that will be a atmosphere in here to get me living. And as you can see, I don't have to cancel the pressurizing because the pressure is a-okay over here. Right, so let's check out that frame. That Rover, it does take a bit longer to depressurize that stuff. Holy shit, that is one big as Rover. And we have actually 2 versions of it. Now, let's wait till daytime to see actually in its full glory and what we are against here. Or actually, we could maybe go with something like that. Why? Scroll mouse for more options. I don't get any options when I scroll. Rotate the left and the right. Delete. Whoa, that was kind of a stupid. Roll left. Steel sheets welding torched. Placement is snapped to a grid. It is a big one. It really is big one. But at least we can have a look in third person view. No, I don't get any other options on the construction of it. I don't want to lock it in the ground, so I guess we'll have to go with this one. Okay. I won't complain. So we need steel sheets and other stuff to build it. It's not too spectacular, but as you can see, it is something. This is the first one that I will be building, like the first Rover. I love it, and that's going to be enough for me. So yeah, let me just prepare some materials for you guys, and we will continue with the build in the next episode, and we will check it out, how cool it is and what we can add on. There's a cable hanging over there. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment about the gameplay, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you like what you see. And I hope that we will see each other in the next episode when we'll continue our awesome build of this awesome Rover. So till then, take it easy, have fun, and happy gaming. Ta-da!